If you told me 10 years ago that one day I'd be standing in a room like this, I wouldn't have believed you. On my 16th birthday, I was living at a wilderness camp. What should have been a day of celebration and joy, marking another year closer to a bright future, was instead spent raking gravel and laying rocks. With no family, no friends, and very little education, my only glimpse at a different life existed in a pamphlet about the Marines. I would read this pamphlet every day. Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Magna. I attended this event last year. Thank you for asking me to come back to share a little of my story again and tell you what's happened since you last saw me. I entered the foster care system when I was 8 years old. I spent the next decade of my life moving between more than 30 different placements: foster homes, group homes, homeless shelters, and at one point, a wilderness labor camp. Constantly moving from place to place, I spent very little time at school, and I never had the opportunity to form meaningful friendships. While lots of teenagers dread school and homework, I would have done anything to have a normal life. No kid should ever have to worry about where they'll be sleeping at the end of the month. Aging out of the foster care system didn't immediately bring an end to this instability. At 18 years old, with no resources or a place to live, I became homeless. I'm gonna take a breather real quick. I was homeless for 1 year before I learned about the Hope Center. It was thanks to my transition program specialist, Maisha, that I received a housing voucher. I didn't even know how much stable housing would change my life because I had never experienced it before. I signed my first apartment lease in September 2024. Housing transformed my outlook on school and life. Having my own apartment has been fundamental in providing me with a stable foundation for the future. Growing up, I could think about nothing except survival. When every day is a battle, it feels impossible to see beyond your immediate circumstances. Today, my dreams and goals have reached heights my 16-year-old self could have never imagined. I enrolled at Wake Tech, and I'm working towards my degree in cybersecurity. Thanks to a scholarship made possible by the REALTOR Giving Network, I'm also completing my OSCP, which is a very intense year-long certification in cybersecurity. I'm proud to say that I'll be graduating with my degree next month. And I'll be looking to secure a job. Some of you that were here last year might remember the goals I shared. A major one being securing a summer internship. I can happily say that through the Hope Center's paid internship program, and with a lot of hard work, I completed a cybersecurity internship at the Wake County Courthouse last summer. A place that once was a source of uncertainty has now opened my eyes to an array of opportunities. Growing up in foster care, I always dreaded going to the courthouse. It was a place where bad news was almost guaranteed. It represented instability, fear, and a painful reminder that I couldn't go home. However, one moment stands out for a different reason. I'll never forget the kindness of a particular judge named Judge Gregory. During one court session, he stopped the proceedings, walked me out to his car, and gave me a fresh set of clothes. That act of compassion has always stayed with me and showed me the lasting impact kindness can always have. I also had the goal, as some of you might remember last year, to visit Italy. And last summer, I made it happen. People ask me what I gained from this trip. I would have to say about 10 pounds. Good food. I ate some of the best food I've ever tried and had some amazing cultural experiences visiting museums, cathedrals, and ancient sites. I'll never forget the experience. When I aged out of foster care, I didn't know where to start. The Hope Center gave me stability and a chance to grow. Because people like you believed in me and donate to the REALTOR Giving Network, I've been able to overcome the statistics for foster youth, accomplish many of my goals, and do things I could have never dreamed of. Thank you all.